Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? Welcome. Today is Thursday, April 24th, 2025. Wow, I can't believe it. This month is almost over. Unbelievable. All right, let's see. I'm trying to get my trade copier up and running. Give me 1 second here.
Order submitted. Order canceled. Order submitted. Order canceled. Order submitted. Order canceled. Order submitted. Order canceled.
Okay, we've got about 30 seconds here.
Order canceled. Order submitted.
Got about 13 seconds.
Order canceled.
And we should take a short here.
Order submitted.
We got into the short. I am worried about this thing actually pulling back quite a bit, but we'll see what happens. So remember, if this trade does not hit a stop or a take profit by the time this bar closes, then it closes the trade automatically wherever it is. So it only has a lifespan of 5 minutes. And you can't see my screen. I just realized that. There you go. Sorry about that. So this thing has just under 3 minutes to live. You can see it pulled back quite a bit against us. Got another 2 minutes or so, and it's coming down to our target. Come on, just a little bit more. We're almost there.
Target filled.
And we just hit target. All right, beautiful. All right, let's see if we can catch the last 10 seconds of that trade.
Come on, just a little bit more. We're almost there. Yeah, we just hit target. Alright, beautiful.
All right, cool. There you got it. So we got our first winner of the morning. That's kind of nice. All right, let's go through a real quick roll call, see who is here. Good morning, Richie. Good morning, Joe. Beth, nice to see you. Good morning to you. Mitch, good morning. How you doing? Did you take the trade this morning, Mitch? At 9? This last one? You did not. Okay. Fair enough. Anybody take this trade? Good morning, Miguel. How are you? Joe, you did. Nice. Fantastic. Did you win? Were you able to catch the profit target on it? Because literally it just hit profit and then bounced. It went just a couple of more ticks beyond. You took the one at 3 o'clock as well, Miguel? Nice, Joe. Congrats. Good job. Miguel, good for you, man. So you're up to 2-0, so you should be basically done for the day, right? I mean, I would venture that's you just got almost 99 ticks of profit under your belt. That's a decent start to a day. Yep, exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the 9:30 trade. I don't think I'm gonna trade that one because I did take the 3 a.m. one and this one, so I'm pretty much done for the day. I did come across something today that I'm going to start working on. And how many of you guys, take a quick poll out there, are struggling with like risk management and you can't quit when you should quit? In other words, either you're hitting your daily profit or your max loss. I mean, I'm sure I'm like the only one that's struggled with that, but I'm just curious if anybody else out there has experienced the same, where you're in the red and you're thinking, oh, I'm only down $300. I should be able to recover. And then the next trade's a loser. Now you're down 5 and you're thinking, damn, now I gotta make 5. And then you try and the next thing you know, you blow an account. I'm sure that's never happened to, I mean, I'm sure I'm the only one that's happened to, so. So I came across a tool out there that's an account management tool that is basically web-based. It ties directly into Rhythmic, and it doesn't care about what platform you use to trade on. You can even lose your connection, and if you're in a trade or what have you, it will, if you hit your loss target, your daily loss target, or your daily profit target, it'll flatten the account for you automatically, and it will not let you take another trade. So let's say and I mean, there's 6 ways to Sunday to configure this thing, but it's a 100% account management tool that you cannot go into and modify and change whenever you feel like it. And it's actually pretty cool. I just got access to it today. I'm gonna, after the session today, at around noon or so, I'm gonna give that thing through the paces and share what I find with you guys tomorrow. But I'm pretty excited about it. It's got some good promise. Yeah, Joe, it's really cool. And basically, like when it locks you out, man. You can't go in and you change your mind and go, well, I'm just going to go in and remodify the configuration to let myself in and take another trade. Not going to happen. You can't do it. No, man, this is no disrespect to him, but this is nothing about what he's, no, it's not even close. Not even close. what he did would disconnect you from your data feed and all kinds of other. It doesn't do any of that stuff. It literally just monitors your account and it puts safeguards around it. So basically what it does is if you're in a trade, once you hit your daily loss, you will not be able to take another trade. It'll flatten you out and you will not be able to take another trade. It doesn't disconnect you. It doesn't do any of that stuff, which that's one of the things I didn't like. That I don't know if he's changed it or what have you, but it doesn't matter. I'm not going to talk about that. This is completely different. I mean, this is like a full blown, the guy's got like umpteen years of programming, put this thing together, not somebody that ran it through Chat GPT or something, this guy's a programmer that became a trader. So yeah, I'm really excited to go through it and then share it with you guys. And it kind of runs on the same concept like the ETP copier, where it monitors your accounts regardless of what platform that you use. So, but it's not from the same guy. So anyway, we'll go through that. Monique, I don't know if you can hear me. Maybe you can type in the Discord. I don't know if you're on the YouTube feed here. But okay, so I can see you in Discord. Did you take the trade, the 9 o'clock trade in the morning? Yes, and for you it was a loss. That's interesting. We'll have to go and figure out why, because even though it did pull back, it did not pull back anywhere near to get you stopped out. So I'm curious as to how and why you took a loss. You did get in short, right? What was your entry price? Because it did pull back 10 points, which is 40 ticks, and your stop is 100. So you didn't even get 100 ticks in. I'm looking at your chart. For some reason, if where your arrow that you're pointing is where your entry was, you got in at the wrong candle. Yeah, you got in at the wrong candle. You got in. You got in 2 bars too early. Yeah, you got in at the wrong candle, Monique. We have to figure out what. Yeah, it's at the open of the 9 o'clock bar. So as soon as the clock hits 9:00, you're in short. Yeah, that wasn't it. That's not the right bar. The price is 18,550 3/4. That was my entry price. So at 9 o'clock, when the 855 bar closed, here, let's take a look at this, okay? Yeah, Joe, that's correct. Its setting is 50 profit and 100 stop loss. So here's the 855 bar. Here's the 9 o'clock. Okay, this 9 o'clock bar opened right here. It opened at 53. Okay, on this on if I'm looking at TradingView, it opened at 53. I got in at 50 3/4, right? So a little bit of slippage in my favor on the entry, but it immediately, pulled up because it opened higher. So my entry is, and then price pulled back before it continued to go short. So when this bar closed right here, because this bar closed up here at 51. So at 9 o'clock, the bar closed at 51 and opened at 53. So there was like a 2-point slippage between the open and the close at 9 o'clock when the price shifted. It is going to be in the 905. If you're at NinjaTrader, it is the 905 bar. So if you're because NinjaTrader, the way that they price their bars, that's why you got to look at the clock. You can't, you have to look at the clock. So as soon as like 9 o'clock hits, bam, you're in. Just like the 935 trade. As soon as 935 hits, you're in. But if you're going back and you're trying to see the actual bars on NinjaTrader, it's going to actually print and show you the 905 bar. But if you're using TradingView, it's going to be in the 9 o'clock bar. So this is it right here. This is the 9 o'clock. This is the bar I got in at. The one that's highlighted with the arrows up and down right here. You got in at this bar right here. So you were thinking it was this bar prior. So you got in a completely different spot. So yeah, it's okay. I mean, at least it's good that we're going through this now. So you have to go back on your back testing that you did, Monique, also, and rework those numbers. Yeah, it should have been a $500, actually a $700 win. Well, it depends on how many contracts you're trading. But if you're trading 2 contracts, then it would have been should have been a $500 win. Or if you're trading 1 contract, it's $250. All right, so with that being said, we are looking at, so let's look at what happened during the overnight. The overnight was kind of insane. It caught me by complete surprise. Here's the 3 o'clock, and on that one I get in at 3:05. So I wait for the 3:05 bar to open. And this is the bar right here. So as you can see, it created an engulfing bar. And and it closed, down here. So I'm looking for this thing to go short. Hopefully to target somewhere down here to go test this low. Okay. So I get in, and I get in at right here. It's the open of this bar was, 723 1/4, somewhere around there. That's when I got in. And this bar, it spiked down literally like 2 seconds after I was in the trade. It went down like, I don't know, what is that? High to low? I can't even see it. Let me see. Let me move my chart a little bit. The high was 735. The low was 660. That's like 80 points. So this was like an 80-point bar. And I had to go back and I looked at like Financial Juice to see what happened. And somebody in China said something about the tariffs that, either talks weren't going the way that they wanted to or whatever. And literally that happened right at 3:05 and, like 2 seconds or something like that is when that news came out or that statement, and price just like shot straight down. So I was in the trade for about 2 seconds. I mean, I got in and immediately just got out. So, and for those of you who took it, let's see, who took the trade? I think was it Miguel? You took it, right? It was fast for you as well, right? Like quick in and out. Literally, you couldn't have been in the trade for more than, for sure, no more than 5 seconds. For sure, no. Joe, how would you go about changing what? What's the question? Are you referring to like that account management tool? If you get locked out, how to change stuff? Is that what you're questioning? Mitch, you've got copier issues? Okay, we can work on that later. Okay, so what happens with the account management tool, you have a small window where you're actually allowed to go in and make changes, and it's during the when the market's closed between 5 and 6 p.m. Eastern. That's the only time you can go in, and it unlocks, and you can go in and make changes. So the guy's pretty smart that wrote this thing, right? He wanted to make sure that you couldn't go in and mess with it, during the trading, session at any time. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little safeguard and pretty cool features. So even though you get locked out, that's the only time you can go in and unlock yourself and make changes. And then it automatically like relocks itself either at 6 o'clock, or you can make the window, shorter if you want, like, 15 minutes or whatever. So you go in at like 5, it unlocks at 5:00, like 5:00, like 5:00 in 1 second. Oh yeah, no, it's a total game changer, man. This thing is, it looks really promising. I'm super excited. I will say it is a little pricey, but it's totally worth it. Like their max full blown version is like $150 a month. But if you think about it, how many blown accounts is it going to save you on a monthly basis? That price will easily, cover itself in no time. And it's got stuff that will, like rules and templates that you can, like, when you have like consistency rules with Apex, you can set it so that if the account goes into or close to the 30% within a trade, it'll actually flatten the account automatically. So you can set consistency rules in there so that when you're in a trade, either for the day or in a trade or whatever it is, you can also set max contract sizing. I mean, it's really cool stuff. No, it's not a one-time fee. It's on a monthly basis. But in my opinion, well worth the money. Again, it's just a tool. It's going to be a cost of doing business kind of a thing. And if you're serious about stuff and you're looking at tools that really look to benefit your trading, and literally you're looking at like capital management here. I mean, you're trying to protect your money. So are you going to spend money to protect your money? Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we've got about 6.5 minutes till the market opens. 5.5 minutes, sorry. Some notables. Where are we? Let's see. Let's take a look at the 15. and we're trying to trade up to this high. And then we've got this high that we're probably trying to target and this pivot point. So that's on the 15, which is good. If that's the case, that means we're shooting to the upside. If we look at this, what do we see right off the bat? This should start to become familiar to you. See the H pattern? So we came up to it and it's consolidating a little bit above it, which could be an indication that it's trying to, yep, exactly, Beth, the H pattern. So inverted, of course, trying to move higher. So if that's the case, what do? If we see an H pattern and we want to decide which way are we going to go, what are some of the possibilities? Let's take our fib tool and draw it from the low to the high. We retraced almost to the 50%. We definitely got the 38. So if that's the case, what are we targeting? Up here around 18,990. This looks like an almost identical scenario to yesterday, because yesterday we were targeting just above 19,000. It was like 19,030 or something like that. You guys remember that? So it looks like the market's putting the same pattern, just a little bit off price-wise, but almost identical to what we did yesterday. So if we fail and reject here, then we could be looking to come back down and test the retracement, or we're going to go back up and, continue with our upward movement. All right, let me make sure I got all my other stuff going. Okay.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order canceled.
All right, let's see what we got going on here. Bear with me, guys. I'm just testing my trade copier.
Order submitted. Order canceled. Order submitted. Order canceled. Order submitted. Order canceled.
Okay.
Order submitted. Order canceled. Order submitted. Order canceled. Order canceled.
All right. So the market did open like already a minute into this thing. Just trying to get my copier working. The low is at 450. That's correct. So the high is the 655 candle, Beth. Or the 7 o'clock actually. That's the high. So we've got
order submitted. Order canceled.
okay. We've got another. What do we got? 3 minutes. See what this 1 minute decides to do. If this 1 minute closes up, this will be a good indication. If it closes down, got to keep an eye on this thing on the pullback. How's the 3 minute looking? Can't decide. All right, we got 2 minutes left. Yeah, we need this 1 minute to close up. And then the next minute after that needs to close above that, and then we should be good, hopefully. But as it sits right now, we are definitely taking a long. We'll see if this market's got what it needs to give us what we're looking for. It is kind of staying around this area right here at 865. Really hope that this thing kind of closes above it. Okay, this 1 minute just closed. It's going up. Okay, so we'll see what happens here. We'll try to get a push upward. Okay, we got 30 seconds. We are taking a long here, and we'll see what the market gives us. We got 15 seconds. Five seconds. There we go. We're in.
Order submitted.
It pulled back quite a bit. This looks like it does want to push down. Hopefully our stop is big enough. I don't think it is. We're probably going to get stopped out here. Yep, just got stopped out. So, all right. So that didn't work out for us today. Gave that a whirl. All right, guys. So another day of getting stopped out. I think that's 2 in a row, right? So yep, that's it. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me this morning. We got the one trade at 9 o'clock that won. That won. We got the 3 o'clock trade that won, and then we took the 9:30 that lost. And it looks like it pushed. Where would our stop been? Yeah, I went a little bit longer, a little bit more. All right, guys. We will see you guys back here tomorrow. Have a great rest of the day, and thanks for joining me this morning. And I'll let you guys know what I come up with on that account management tool. All right? So see you guys, and enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.